Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome in How to Perform Umrah and Hajj, a series of video lectures by A.M. Baloj from Mufakirin. Episode 5th, Umrah and Hajj. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button so you get a notification every time I post a new video. If you have already subscribed, thank you very much. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, or hit the thumbs down button if you don't like this video. What do you think about this video? Let me know in the comments. Now let's move to the main episode. In this episode we will discuss about Umrah in detail and Hajj in detail. This is the chart how you will progress your Umrah. So for the Umrah you have to wear the ihram, make an intention to enter in a state of ihram, say talbiyah, and perform tawaf, perform sa'i, and do halaq or qasr according to your wish, and then your Umrah is finished. So this is the intent, how you do labbaik Allahumma Umrah when you want to perform Umrah. Or this is another text, Allahumma inni uridu al-Umrah, or you can say Allahumma inni uridu al-Umrah fayassarha li wa taqabbalha minni. These are three different versions, but the very simple and basic versions, labbaik Allahumma Umrah. You can do your intention or niyyah with just this one, and then you have to say talbiyah when you are in the women are recommended to say quietly, but men has to say loudly, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. This is a talbiyah complete. You have to recite while you are going towards the Haram al-Sharif. Once you assume your ihram, if you are at the point of a miqat by traveling by land, then it's advisable to perform 2 units of nafil, that's a sunnah. If there is a time of prayer, there is no zawal time. If you are in the air, then you see some airlines have some place for prayers, or on the seat you can perform depending on the time and situation. When you are wearing your ihram, you decide how and from where you would like to wear your ihram clothes. It's advisable to wear from your home, because home is the easiest place for you to be cleanest and wearing your ihram. But you could do at the airports, or even if you can if you are traveling in the Muslim country airlines like Saudi, Pakistan International Airline, or from other Muslim countries, then they will announce the miqat position, and they will warn you before miqat, so you can enter in the ihram, where you go to wear change your clothes, wear the ihram, and do your intention. But it's advisable, and depending on you, if you are comfortable to do in the airline, then do in the airline, or if you are comfortable to do at the airport, then wear your ihram from airport, or even wear your ihram from your home. So depending on your choice, you must have worn your ihram clothes, and then once the miqat is arriving, you can say the intention, and then you can start reciting talbiyah. For women, their regular clothes are ihram. For men, unstitched white clothes, 2 pieces of towel or white cloth, that's the ihram. And during the ihram, men and women are not supposed to cover their face, and men are not supposed to cover their head as well. Women can cover their head, but should not cover their face. So those sisters who want to do niqab or parda, they could wear some pea cap and then put their niqab on that, but the clothes should not touch the face. If the clothes touch the face, then there will be a penalty, which we will discuss in the penalties section. So once you are wearing ihram, came into the ihram by intending, and then you doing your talbiyah, reciting, you will go to haram. This one is the haram. It's advisable to go from Babul Salam, but depending on the easiness, whichever gate you can find convenient, you enter from that gate and go direct to the Kaaba. So this is the Kaaba. Here's the black stone or Hijr Aswad. Other side is on the left side, Yamani corner, and then this round circle is called Hatim, and Maqam Ibrahim, the place of Ibrahim, may Allah be pleased with him. And then Tawaf is 7 circles. So you start from the black stone, you go and kiss the black stone and touch it. But when you are in Ihram, and there are certain restrictions, and the Kaaba's walls and probably the Hijr Aswad, the black stone, also has some remains of perfume and other fragrance ethers, so that could cost you a penalty, and it will be so crowded in the Hajj and Umrah time, you hardly will find any way to reach that. So it's advisable, if you could not easily reach without harming any other pilgrims, then you just stay in that side and say Bismillah Allahu Akbar to start your Tawaf. The first 3 rounds you will walk for mains only, will walk basically like jogging, and the remaining 4 circles you will walk normally, and also this is called Ramal. You will also do Ittiba. Ittiba is you will put your arm under your armpit and leave this right shoulder exposed in all 7. This Ramal and Ittiba are done only in your Umrah Tawaf or your first Tawaf of Hajj, Tawaf Qudum, if you are performing Hajj Tamatu or Hajj Qiran. In all other Tawaf, it's not recommended. So you can do with full body covered, I mean not exposing your right shoulder, and also not do the brisk walking in first 3 circles. So once you finish your 7 rounds, your Tawaf is finished. There are no recommended recitations of du'as or supplications. You could ask from Allah whatever you wish in whatever your language is, or if you know some Arabic supplications, you can recite them. But when you reach to Yamani corner, Rukn Yamani, from Yamani corner to Blackstone, there's a supplication of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, which is Rabbana Atayna Fid Dunya Hasanatan Fil Akhirati Hasanatan wa Qina Adhaban Nar. You can recite in all 7 circles, that in between Yamani circle and the black stone. So once you have finished the 7 circles, you have to slowly come outside, move, and come behind Maqam Ibrahim, the place of Ibrahim, and then offer 2 units or 2 rakah of nafil, if it's a time for nafil. And then just behind that is a Zamzam cooler, so you go and drink the Zamzam, just take the glass of Zamzam, stay facing Kaaba, and then say Bismillah, and then ask for Allah to give you the strength and the cure from this water, and then drink that. You can some people put on their heads, and somewhere you can do if you wish. This is a very blessed water. So once your Tawaf is over, you have to go for Sa'i. Sa'i is the round between Mount of Safa to Mount of Marwa. So you start from Safa and you end at Marwa. In the supplications, I will mention which supplications you perform at which place. So you check that episode for supplication. So when you reach to the Safa, just go up on the Safa and then look at the Kaaba, and stay there and perform supplication and your intention to perform the Sa'i, and then start your circle, when you are walking from Safa to Marwa, there is a green lighting comes, there is a place, so for men they have to jog in that green lighting area only, and then women can do regularly. You will find one side for going and other side for coming. So when you go to the Marwa, this is the one circle, coming from Marwa to Safa is the other circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you start from Safa and you will end at Marwa. In between there is a place for wheelchairs, so avoid to walk on those because those is reserved for wheelchairs. Once your 7 circles of Safa and Marwa are complete, I want to mention one thing, that you have to be clean and have a wudu before you perform your tawaf. But it's advisable to do with the wudu, but if your wudu has broken somehow and it's a rush and you could not find a way to go and do wudu again, you can perform without wudu, sa'i only, but not the tawaf. Tawaf you have to do with wudu, that's a must. So once your tawaf is done, your sa'i is done, then you have to go for halak or qasr. Look at this image, so expect this kind of rush. You will see it's extremely hard to go and reach to the Kaaba's walls or even to the Hijr Aswad. So wherever you can find the place, you do your tawaf. Even if you can find on second stage, third floor, or see some floors are only reserved for wheelchairs, and avoid to go on the wheelchair track because it will be so crowded. And second thing, the guys who are running the wheelchairs, they go too fast, so sometimes they hurt others. So go on the upper floors if you wish, where there's no wheelchairs, and you can slowly perform if you find uncomfortable or too extreme rush at the ground floor. So this one is the green lighting I was talking about. When you will be performing your sa'i, this green light starts from here and then it just ends to the other side, where in between this area is marked with the lighting. So you will find the lighting in, if you look up, even if you look down, the lighting are reflecting. So when you end your sa'i, this is how you do halak. Halak is removing your hairs completely, or qasr is to cutting 1/4 of hairs. For women, so they have to go up to 3 inches from their hairs, but it's not like, you have to be careful. Some people only take a small amount of hair from here or there for men and women, and then they think that you have performed qasr. Qasr has to be cutting hairs 1/4 for men, for the all your full head, and for women also from their complete hairs, not from the one side or other side. Take out your all hairs and then cut this, and make sure you are not cutting if you are in ihram. Like it happens to most husband and wives, because they are together performing umrah, and then one will do for other while both are in the ihram. So whoever will cut the first, it's not advisable, because you cannot cut when you are in the ihram to others. So go for, there are some women for women especially, there are women standing there, they will take 10 or 15 dirhams and they will cut. Just say them to properly cut your hair. So once halak is done or qasr is done, then the male can go. You will find lot of hairdressers, salons outside the haram. Go there and do your proper, and once both have done this, go take a shower, and then you are out of your ihram. And Mabruk, congratulations, you have done your umrah. Now if you are performing Hajj Tamatu, you can remove your ihram, you can do this halak. But if you were intending to do Hajj Qiran, then you are not supposed to do the halak or qasr. You will still remain in the ihram. We will discuss in the types of Hajj. So here Hajj Tamatu. What is the Hajj Tamatu? Hajj Tamatu, you do first the Umrah complete and then you come out of ihram by making your haircut halak or taksir, whichever you want. And then when the Hajj time will come, you will wear again the ihram, you will do intent, and you will move to the Mina on 8th of Zil Hajj, and you will move to Arafah on 9th of Zil Hajj, and Muzdalifah on 10th of Zil Hajj. Then you will return to Mina on the 10th. You will do a Hadi Qurbani, then you do Halq and Tawaf Ifrad, and then you will be out of ihram of Hajj. And on the 10th, if you perform Tawaf Idafa, you can perform on 11th as well. So on 11, 12 and 13, you have to remain in Mina. If you intend to leave on 12th, then make sure you leave before Asr. If you are in boundaries of Mina and it's Asr has already, Asr time has started, then it's compulsory to return to Mina and stay that night. But if you intend to go, some people who are from other local countries, nearby countries, or even local residents of Saudi Arabia, they usually prefer to go on 12th. So if you also intend to go, or maybe you want to go to Medina, or you have other plans, leave on 12th before Asr, but not after Asr. If it's Asr, you come back to the Mina and stay on, then you leave on 13th. Once your Hajj is over on 13th, you go to do Tawaf Wida. Tawaf Wida is the final farewell Tawaf, so that you can perform whenever you are leaving. Like you cannot perform Tawaf and then you are staying there. You perform your Tawaf and then you go and take your flight or your whatever mode of transportation you came, and then you leave the holy places. So this is the Hajj Tamatu. Hajj Qiran. Hajj Qiran, you will do perform your Umrah, and you will not do halak or taksir. You will remain in the same ihram and you will move on the Mina, and you will perform your Hajj same as Hajj Tamatu. The difference is that Hajj Tamatu, you can perform Umrah and come out of ihram, and then you assume fresh ihram for Hajj. But in Hajj Qiran, you have to perform Hajj and Umrah both in the same ihram. So it's a little bit a difficult one, because depending how many days in between of your Umrah and the starting of Hajj. So if there is a 1 week, 2 weeks, it's better to perform Hajj Tamatu. But you can perform whichever you wish. The rest steps are same like Hajj Tamatu. Only the difference is that you will not do halak and taksir, and you will not come out of ihram. You will just straight wait for the Hajj time and perform Hajj with same ihram. And Hajj Ifrad is without Umrah. You will not go for Umrah. You will wear the ihram for Hajj, maybe directly from Mina if you are already living there, or if you are coming, then you will wear and assume your ihram from the miqat points and perform the Hajj. The one further difference from two Hajj Tamatu and Hajj Qiran, and compared to the Hajj Ifrad, is that in Hajj Ifrad you are not supposed to do Qurbani or Hadi. If you cannot afford, if you do not have resources for Qurbani, then you can go for Hajj Ifrad, where you just go and perform Hajj and you are not required to give the Hadi. But in Hajj Qiran and Hajj Tamat, you have to do Qurbani on the 10th or on 11th or 12th, you can do, but as soon as you do, it's advisable. Most people do on the 10th, and then they go for cutting their hair and tawaf ifada. So when you are coming for the Hajj, your intention will be labbaik Allahumma hajja. Other longer forms, same like Umrah, you can go with the longer Allahumma inni uridu Hajj. When you can also add after Hajj, you can say which kind of Hajj you are saying. So labbaik Allahumma Hajj Tamatu, labbaik Allahumma Hajj Qiran, labbaik Allahumma Hajj Ifrad. So you can mention that word after the word Hajj to make your intention clear which kind of Hajj you want to perform. You can go for a little bit longer intentions like mentioned here. So if you are performing Hajj Tamatu, you would say labbaik Allahumma umratan wa hajjan. So you can make an intention for Umrah and Hajj both together, or you can say just with the name. It's acceptable in both way, but it's advisable when you are coming for only Hajj Ifrad, you could go with labbaik Allahumma Hajj. But if you are coming for Hajj Tamatu or Hajj Qiran, then you can go with this labbaik Allahumma umratan wa hajjan, and then you say the word Hajj Tamatu or Hajj Qiran after that. And these are the long form intentions, and then you say your talbiyah labbaik Allahumma labbaik. And this is the Mina. When you will go to the tents, you will find your tents there. Your group will guide you. So every country have different areas distributed for them, and according to your group's allocation, they will guide you to your tents. You will see the flags of the countries and the markings on the tent numbers. These yellow boards will mention the tent number, so you will have your cards probably mentioning where is your residence, which one is your tent number. So in case if you forget or you are going alone due to some reason, then if it's difficult for you to find, you can ask people, show them your cards, and then they will guide you where is your tent. Talking about the facilities, it depends on the countries. If you are coming from Asian countries, you will have air conditioned tents, but they will have carpets or mats on the ground and some sponges, small bed spaces inside. Or if you have some private packages, they will give you some bunker beds. And if you go for the premium packages, mostly for the Gulf countries and the Western countries, North America, Europe, etc., then probably you will find the luxurious bed spaces and better air condition or air coolers inside the tents, depending from where you are coming. So on 8th Zul Hajj, you have to move to Mina before Dhuhr. If you were living somewhere, or if your group has already moved you to Mina a few days before 8th Zul Hajj, that's okay. But if you are coming or still somewhere, you must move on the 8th of Zul Hajj. You must reach to the Mina before Dhuhr. You have to pray Qasr prayers there, means shortening your prayers, but praying each prayer on the time. You have to perform Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha and Fajr in the Mina. So you reach before Dhuhr, so you perform Zuhr, then Asr, then Maghrib, then Isha, and in the morning of 9th you perform Fajr. And on morning of 9th you will start praying Takbir-e-Tashriq and also Talbiyah. This will be after every fard prayer till the 13th of Zul Hajj. On 9th, your group will advise you what time they are leaving. Usually women and children leave after Fajr, and adults male especially, they leave after Shuruk. So after Shuruk, they will tell you, depending on your mode of transportation, either you are going by bus or by train, whatever your mode of transport your group has organized, they will mobilize you to the nearest point, and then you will sit in the transport. Then you leave for Arafah, and you have to reach there before Zuhr. To the Arafah and the 9th. So on 9th Zul Hajj, you will be starting Takbir Tashriq. This is a Takbir Tashriq, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, complete one. On 9th Zul Hajj, what you are supposed to do, you reach Arafah before Zawal, before Zuhr, even before Zawal. There will be a one azan and 2 iqama if you are in Masjid and Umrah, or 2 azan and 2 iqam if you are in the tent. You have to make sure, if you are going to Masjid Umrah, one portion is in Arafah, one is in Muzdalifah. So be careful, do not enter that part where you might not be present in the Arafah if you are in. But most probably there will be a lot of rush. Some people go and sit in the Mount of Arafah or Mount Mercy, Jabal Rahma. It's too crowded. If you can find place, you want to go, you can go. But if you find difficult and your organizer have already organized a tent for you, most organizers organize the tents in the Arafah, plains of Arafah. So you should be in that tent, so you are with your group. If you isolate yourself alone, and then it will be difficult for you to find your group and come back. So it's advisable to remain with your group. If your group is going to Mount Arafah, then you go with them, depending on the situation. So you will perform Hajj, you will listen Hajj sermon, and then you perform prayers there. There will be a Zuhr, Zuhr and Asr will be there, and then you will start your Waquf from Zawal to sunset. So the Waquf in Arafat, standing in Arafat, starts after Zuhr, after Zawal, and then ends till sunset. You are not supposed to leave the Arafah area before sunset. If you leave, there is a penalty. It's better to do a waquf by standing, but you can do by sitting if you are weak or sick, or for women and children, they can do by sitting. Better to do under the Jabal Rahma, but again I said it's very difficult to reach Jabal Rahma, and if you are in a group, there's a risk of leaving your group behind. So see whatever works you. If your whole group is standing in the tent, you can do waquf in the tent. Those tents are in the area of Arafah, so you are not supposed to worry about that, and then remain there until sunset. So 9th is your Hajj day. This is the very important, this is the climax of Hajj. This is a very important day. Do not waste a single minute of this day. Pray for everyone, pray for me as well, pray for your family, friends, for your country, for whole Muslim Ummah, and whatever you have your wishes on prayer list, perform those and ask for forgiveness. This is the day where all the sins will be wiped out. I wish and pray that your Hajj is Maqbool and Mabrur. If your Hajj is accepted, that's a blessing, and an accepted Hajj's reward is nothing but Jannah. So pray and ask for forgiveness, ask for everybody, ask all the prayers I will put another episode on supplications, so look for that. And also there's another episode coming, 40 Quranic supplications. Look for those are very important, which those you can ask those supplications, recite those supplications during 9 Dhul Hajj and afterwards as well. Let me emphasize again on the limits of Arafah. You have to be mindful, because some portion of even Masjid Umrah is outside of Arafah, and if you are not in the tent and walking, be careful that you are standing in the Arafah, not outside of Arafah. If you remain outside of Arafah during 9th, then your Hajj will be void. You have to perform next year again. So be careful. And then at the end, after sunset, your group will guide you to leave for Muzdalifah without praying Maghrib. You will not pray Maghrib in Arafah, and you will not leave before Maghrib as well. And it's good to perform your wudu from Arafah if you can find, because it will be too crowded in Muzdalifah when you reach to find the place to do wudu. So if you have a time, and you can perform your wudu from the Arafah, and then once you reach to the Muzdalifah, you will pray Maghrib and Isha, shorten and combine, Jama and Qasr. Then you have to stay night in Muzdalifah. It's advisable to take little bit nap in Muzdalifah. This will be the open ground where your group will organize some place of some carpets, or depending on your package and group, you will have some sufficient arrangement to stay night there. Remember Allah and take a nap there, and collect pebbles also for stoning the stones. So you have to collect 49 or 70 pebbles, depending if you want to stay 13th of Dhul Hajj in Mina, or if you want to leave on the 12th. So on the first 10th day you will be throwing the 7 pebbles, and then on the 11th you will do 7 on each Jamarat, so it will be 3 Jamarat, 21, and 21 plus 21 on the 12th, so it will be 49 for 10, 11, 12, because on the 10 you will only stone 1 Jamarat. On the 11th you will stone all 3. On 12 you will stone on all 3. And if you stay on the 13th, you have to do on all 3. So depending your situation, either 49 or for 2 days, or 70 for 3 days. So you can keep, because it's easily available pebbles in Muzdalifah, you can collect. In Mina you will find very difficult to find these pebbles. You can have a shopper, or some people put in the water bottles, empty water bottles, whatever you can have hands on, take it, collect the pebbles of a pea size, chickpea size, for the stoning. And then when you stay your night in Muzdalifah, on 10th Dhul Hajj you will pray Fajr in Muzdalifah, and then you will prepare to leave for Mina after sunrise. It's a sunnah to go to Masjid Mash'ar al-Haram, where Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prayed. So you can pray there, make a dua supplication before leaving the Muzdalifah, and then you will leave the Muzdalifah and you will head towards Jumrah to perform the Rami. Rami is the act of stoning. So today on the 10th you will do only Rami on one Jumrah, it's called Jumrah Aqba, the bigger one, and then you do your Qurbani Hadi sacrifice. After your animal is sacrificed, then you can shave your hairs, halak or kasar. Halak is preferable. Now you are free from ihram except the sexual prohibitions, so you are in tahallul al-asghar situation. once you go perform your tawaf ifada, then you will be tahlul al-asghar, tahlul al-akbar, completely free from the ihram. So this tawaf ifada you have to perform from the 10th till 12th before sunset. So sunset of 12th is the limit. 12th Hajj, before sunset you must perform. It's advisable to perform as soon as possible, because some people will delay, and then on the 12th everybody will rush. So if you can do on 10th or in 11th, that's a good time to do and perform the tawaf ifada. And then once you do your tawaf ifada, you have to come back to the Mina. You have to stay your night in Mina on the 10th, 11th and 12th. If you planning to leave on 12th, you must leave before Asr of 12th, otherwise you have to stay 13th in Mina as well. On 11, 12, or if you are staying 13th, you have to do Rami on all Jumrat. So you will stay 11th in the Mina, go to Jumrat to perform Rami. You will start from small one, Jumra Sogra, and then you will move to the middle one and to the larger one, Uqbas. From 1 to there are now multi-story, and there is a way, the big road. So you will be following the road, going there on the Jumra, starting from the Jumra Sogra, and then moving to the Wusta, and then to the Uqba, the bigger one, the middle small one, middle one, and the bigger one. How you perform Rami? You go there, and depending on the rush, you can perform from either side, but preferable to stay like this way, so the Kaaba is in front of you or in that direction, and then you have to say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and then throw your stone in the wall. Now there is a big wall, so you can easily hit. Even if you miss and it goes inside the boundary, that's count as valid. So but be careful, it's too much rush, and do not show your anger, and don't hit. Some people hit so angrily, and due to anger it hits other people who are in front of you in the line. So try to be patient and do carefully. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. You do 7 on the small Jumrah, and then on the middle one 7 again, and then the bigger one 7, and then you'll go on the exit. Do not come in the other direction. Some people you will find they are coming in the wrong direction. That's how the situation becomes more crowded, and the chances are of accidents and hurting other pilgrims. So be careful on that. On the 11th, if you did not do your sacrifice on the 10th, you do on the 11th, and also shave your hairs if you didn't do yesterday, and also go for tawaf if you didn't do on the yesterday on the 10th, and then on the 12th stay in Mina, 12th Hajj, go to Jumrah again to perform the Rami in the same way, from the small, then middle, then large one, 7 stone on each. So you need 21 stone on 12th. You did already on 11th, 12th, 21 stones, and day prior 10th you did only 7. You will require 21 if you planning to stay on 13. And this is the last day to do your sacrifice. If you didn't do on past 2 days, do it today. Today is the last one before Maghrib, because after Maghrib the time will expire. And also do your shave your hairs if you have not done, and also go for tawaf if you have not done so. Do it, and then leave Mina if you are planning to leave before Asr. Leaving just not your tent, you have to leave the actual boundaries of the Mina before Asr. If you happen to be inside the limits and the Asr Adhan comes, then it's compulsory on you to return back to the Mina and stay the 13th night also in Mina. And when you stay, you have to do Rami stoning on the 13th as well. Depending on your situation and wish, if you plan to stay in the 13th, then stay in the Mina, go to do the Jamrat and do Rami completely, then leave the Mina and then go for Ziyarah if you are not leaving Makkah. Go to see the sites in different sites in the Makkah and Medina if you are planning to go. I have a specially dedicated episode on the Ziyarah. Check out that will help you which places if you could visit those. And then the last part is Tawaf-e-Wida. Tawaf-e-Wida is to be performed when you are planning to leave. So if you are planning to leave, let's say in within few days, then arrange to do your farewell and then leave the holy places so you can leave. But if you are planning to leave, you are planning to live there for a few weeks, are planning to go Medina, or you are planning to wait for your flight or other mode of transportation there, then it's advisable to perform your Tawaf-e-Wida when you are actually leaving. So maybe 1 or 2 days before leaving you can do, but not weeks before you are leaving. Leave it on the last days. So once you do your Tawaf-e-Wida and then you just leave. Let's talk about the compulsory and obligatory acts or rites of Umrah first. In Umrah there are 3 compulsory rites and 2 obligatory. The compulsory one is entering into Ihram, performing Tawaf and performing Sa'i. These are compulsory. If you do not do any of these 3, then your Umrah will be void. It will not be complete. And not only you have to give the fidya penalty, but you have to repeat the Umrah again. And there are 2 obligatory: entering in Ihram 8 hours before the Miqat and doing the halaq or taqsir, so shaving your head. These are obligatory. If you do not do, you have to pay the fidya and you have to do it. So but your Umrah will be valid. The further details about the prohibitions and penalties will come in the violations episode. And in Hajj there are 4 compulsory rites or acts and 7 obligatory. So the compulsory one is you have to, number 1, enter in the Ihram, perform the Tawaf-e-Ziyarah or Tawaf-e-Ifada, then perform the Sa'i and stand in Arafah. These are compulsory rites or parts of the Hajj. Then the 7 obligatory are entering in Ihram 8 hours before the Miqat point, standing in Arafah until the sunset, staying in Muzdalifah night, staying in Mina during Tashriq days. Tashriq is 11, 12, 13. So at least you have to stay 2 out of 3. But if you stay 3rd day, 13th, it's good. And then stoning at Jamrah and the right sequence. So you have to, if you are staying 2 days, you have to stone 2 days. If you are staying 3 days, you have to stone 3 days. And in the right sequence. Right sequence means from smaller to medium to the bigger one. And then you do your halak, shaving your head. That's also obligatory. And then going for Tawaf-e-Wida. That's obligatory. You have to perform that. Thank you very much. If you liked this video and found it informative, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like this one, hit the thumbs down button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing so you get notification of the new videos as soon as I upload. Thank you and ma salama.